Hi, my name is Elise Selah. It is August 25th, 2017, and I'm here to talk about my voice and my habits of use. So, I grew up all over the world and the country. I grew up in Portland, Oregon, Spokane, Washington, Little Rock, Texas, Scotland, Ireland, back in Texas for a good chunk of time, Colorado, did undergrad in Wyoming, then moved to Arkansas, and now I'm in Florida. So regionally, I don't know that I have a very specific dialect, but things that I have noticed are that when my mom speaks, she speaks like a Disney princess and like Minnie Mouse is how she's been described. And so for me, it was always like, oh, haha, mom speaks that way, but I didn't realize that I spoke that way as well. And so it's become very apparent in grad school that what I need to work on is the strength and the power of my voice. As an actress that is powerful with her presence on stage to make my voice match that. And so here I am today at home. It's just me and my dog. Talking to you so I can see the difference that I make. So about 3 years ago, I had a disease where the joints of my jaw were dissolving. So it's called idiopathic condylar resorption. And the ball and socket, the ball part of my bone was dissolving. And so it was just like the bone on bone. And the most I could open my mouth was like to here. I could just get my thumb. And I couldn't bring my bottom jaw up to my front teeth. And so I had to have braces. I had to have jaw surgery. And what they did was they cut my jaw here like this and moved it down and moved it forward so that I could have more room to breathe and so that it would all come back out because it had been going back into my airway. So where you typically have 12 millimeters of breath, room for your air to go, I only had 4 millimeters. And so breathing was even hard. And diction, I wasn't getting roles in school because of my diction, because I couldn't move my mouth. So here we are 3 years later. I still don't have feeling right here, but it went from no feeling here to just right here. So I'm very grateful for it. And I'm very grateful for the voice that I have and the fact that all of my parts work and I can move my mouth. And the fact that that's a big deal for me. I can eat a Jimmy John's sandwich now, or an apple, or a steak, which I could never do before. So my face and my jaw have always been a really big deal to me that people don't really know that that's necessarily something that I've struggled with. And so now, like, even when I eat very precisely. And so sometimes my diction isn't as exact because I have to regain the muscles in my lips. And I'm still working on it because I can get lazy and my lips just kind of sit there and I don't move it as much because it takes a lot of work because I can't feel here specifically. But other than that, I can do a Southern dialect. I slip easily into Southern dialect, especially when in Texas or Arkansas, being around those friends and those family or being back in that regional dialect. I just like fly into Arkansas and they'll be like, where's your gate at? And I'm like, gate 6. I'm like, where the heck did that come from? But I don't think I have necessarily a very distinguishable dialect, which is interesting to me that like somebody like Henry Higgins from My Fair Lady, who could discern exactly where people were from based on how their voice was, if he could figure out how I've lived so many places, and maybe it was because it wasn't as specific back then. I don't know. This is my voice. This is how I speak. I'm very proud of where I'm at, and I'm so excited to see where I can get to. I really love the idea of Linkleaders, allowing my voice to find its strength and its power. And recently in class, I discovered that I think it all goes back to as a child being told to be a gentle and quiet spirit. Granted, it's spirit, not voice, but those are all one in my head. And so I was always this sweet, never got in trouble girl in the back. with a gentle and quiet spirit, even if my mind kind of went pushed against that and some of my actions weren't necessarily that. So that's what I'm trying to break free of now. And of course, I'll go back into it when need be, but I need to know how to get out of that when on stage and taking risks, and how to obtain that power and that belief in myself, and trust in my voice. So